Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today is day 6, and I just finished my breathing session. And I have thank you, my lovely supporter with me today. I told you I would show you Molly, and this is her fresh from a bath, so she's appropriate for camera. Today's session was pretty good. I really did not want to do it today because I had been outside most of the day actually canoeing down a river, which was more than fantastic. And that much time out in the sun, and I was pretty spent. I was pretty sleepy and ready to do anything else but have a breath session. I did it anyways, and actually did a really good job breathing the whole hour. I had no major physical complications, emotional complications, thoughts weren't in the way. I was staying with the breathing. There was a couple of times I got a little sleepy and started to fade, but then I used Sherry's trick of counting breaths a little bit and came right back to it. Um, there was one spot where my mind started to wander, and I was looking ahead to workshops that I'm going to be developing, and started thinking about the kinds of folks that I would like to have in that workshop, and worried about money and whether I'm good enough to empower people. I wasn't catching these thoughts as they were happening, but my body did, and I got really kind of nauseous. And once I realized I was nauseous, I looked into what I was thinking, and I had gone from counting breaths to thinking I'm not good enough, and I immediately got nauseous. So we went back to breathing, and the nausea faded instantly. So that was cool. But other than that, well, she's done for the day. Sorry. Other than that, the theme was the canoe trip for my breathing. It was pretty crazy because I felt like I was going down the river for most of my breath session. And what's interesting about that is I am a control freak. And if you don't know me now you know. And I love to be in the back of the canoe because you steer, you're in control. And so when there's things to move around or directions need to be had, you're in charge. Well, it wasn't going to work out with the friend I was with, so I had to be in front. And that was a challenge to not do and to not be able to be in control even if I wanted to. You can try to steer that boat all you want from up front, but it ain't happening. So that was a great lesson in surrender and allowing myself to be out of control. Even though I was in control, I chose to do this on a beautiful day with a person I trust, so there really wasn't a control problem. It was just the concept. So during my session, felt like I was in the boat and kind of teetering back and forth, and I could see myself going down the river and not being able to control the direction, and would feel a little bit of fear come up, and then I would realize that it's okay, that I can surrender into this, the current, and whoever's behind me, the universe, source, God, whatever is controlling the boat. And I can I put my paddle in when we need a little speed or just a little help getting off the rocks or anything like that, but it's not my job to control the whole journey. And it was just a really good lesson for me today, both the canoeing itself and the follow-up with the session. It was just perfect. And I liken it to, I'm a student of Mike Dooley's, and he uses his GPS system for how life kind of works. Is we put in the coordinates, which is what we desire, what we want to create with our life. And then the only other thing we have to do after that is get in our car and start it. And the universe, the GPS system, guides us to the destination. We don't have to worry about the how, the turn by turns. And I think that's kind of the same with canoeing. You have to know where you're going. You have to put your boat in the water. You have to get in, and then you gotta put your paddle in. And then the current moves you. Whoever's controlling the boat behind you moves you. There's obstacles and stuff that you kind of gotta help to swing around. But overall, the idea is to surrender and let go and allow your purpose, your life, your desires to unfold for you rather than meticulously figuring out every little detail of how I'm going to make this happen and how I'm going to make this happen. It's much more relaxing that way, both the canoeing and in life. So, and another thing that kind of came up with that is it reminded me of my motion sickness, which has really gotten pretty intense in the last couple of years, like really bad. I've always gotten car sick and I could never read in the car. But if I was in the front, it was fine. Even now in the front seat, I'm not doing well. And I really learned this when I went up in the St. Louis Arch a few months ago and was on the mountain roads in North Carolina. I'm struggling with the motion sickness. And I couldn't quite piece together where that was coming from, at least beyond the physical level. And what came to me today was about um, moving forward. And I've been moving forward quite a bit in my life. Sometimes I'm aware of it and sometimes I'm not for the last 3+ years. And I think the ego, the me that wants us to be safe, is panicking because there's too much motion, there's too much movement, and it wants to be still and stay and remain and be stuck and feel stuck, and but it's safe. But the rest of me, the real me, the true me, is like, yes, let's go. We're gonna go canoeing. We're gonna go in the mountains. We're gonna go way up high in this stupid arch thing, and so I am progressing. But the motion sickness is just the old me, the ego me, the worried me, the mental me going freaking out about all the changes and growth that I've had in the last few years. So I'm okay with it kind of whimpering out like that. So now that I know what it is, it probably will fade away slowly but surely. So great session today, great day today. I'm exhausted but happy and feeling good. So one more day of breathing. There will be a surprise guest, so join me for tomorrow's video. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.